And we are live. Welcome to another edition of DT Live. Not sure what we're going to do today. I've been at work all day, just got off, had this stream scheduled. The title, of course, Monday is Fun Day. Do today, I've been at work all day, just got off, had this stream scheduled. How did I forget to mute the stream again? Normally I would ask you guys how the audio's, but since I had the stream going, I already know the audio sounds good. So, all right, quite a few of you are already hanging out in the chat today. All right, so yeah, how you doing, Aram and Pago422 and Windows Enthusiast? Good morning or whatever. Well, it's good afternoon. Well, more like evening, getting closer to evening here. We've got Master in the chat. And Joe Panico, how you doing, sir? Good to see you, Joe. All right. Trijex and Singa, how's it going? Audio's good. Good evening. All right. Good deal. So I'm not exactly sure what I want to do today. We are just going to play it by ear. Might do some installs, maybe do some VM installations of some stuff, may read some news. I'm going to interact with you guys in the chat. Definitely going to discuss some of my experiences with emacs, living in emacs the last couple of weeks. So there's some audio delay, or is it just you? Is there a strange audio delay? If there is, I might be able to fix that. Anybody else getting the audio delay other than Lorraine? Of course, I got to wait 20 seconds for you guys to answer because there is a delay between me and YouTube. No delay for Joe? Okay. It Swirls says yes. A little bit. Okay, no delay here. I could try to play with it, but unless it's really bad, do we really want to mess with it? No audio delay, audio on sync. Okay, I'm just going to go with it. Some of it may be how you guys are viewing it, whether you're viewing it on YouTube on the actual site, or you're doing it through something like YouTube DL. Of course, that's usually not for watching streams, or maybe you guys are watching it through a media player. Big Pod is in the chat. How you doing, Big Pod? About a half a second delay. Yeah, that's not good then. I was having some problems. Like I said, I just got off work and just got here. And actually just getting the camera and mics set up. You know, I was kind of rushing. So I really didn't get a chance to test anything. Small delay. Well, I tell you what, I can try to fix the delay. It's not like we had anything pressing to get to just yet. So I'm going to try something here, and we'll see if this fixes some things. Of course, that's going to kill the camera. Sorry, guys. Let's see. Can I get my camera back up? Probably not without restarting OBS. That's unfortunate. I'm going to kill the stream. I'll be back in 5 seconds. All right, guys. Let me know if there is still that audio delay or not. Normally, I wouldn't play around while live streaming, but you guys that have been following the channel know I'm not afraid to kill a stream and come back. No delay now. All right. That's what I was hoping. It's fine now. Yeah. Sometimes all that takes is a restart of OBS. So what that is, I've noticed sometimes what I'll do is I will change the format. Like if I go into, well, I better not show you because I'll have to restart it. But I'll change it from like YU12 to YV12 or YV12 back to YU12. But it doesn't take effect right away. I usually have to restart OBS. And then whatever that weird delay that's going on will magically fix itself for some reason. It doesn't happen all the time, but when it happens, that seems to be the fix for me, is just closing out OBS and restarting. Oh. All right, so no delay. Great. Anyone tried the newest Ubuntu 19.10 yet? So I checked out the main Ubuntu 19.10 edition a couple of days ago on the channel. I also have Kubuntu 19.10 and Xubuntu 19.10. I've got the ISOs downloaded. I haven't had a chance to take a look at them. if you guys want to take a look at them today, I mean, I could try to get them installed. Heck, I have a Threadripper. We could start both of them installing right away. You guys, hey, you know what? I'm wasting time. I'll still converse with you guys in the chat. But let's get some installations going. So I'm going to create some virtual machines here. I'm going to create a new virtual machine. We'll call this one Kubuntu. Well, Ubuntu 1910. Linux, Ubuntu 64-bit. Yeah, we'll give it 4 gigs of RAM. I've got 32 gigs of RAM, so there's no reason not to. Create a dynamic drive. What kind of space? I usually give my VMs 15 gigs. That seems to be enough for almost every Linux distribution. I'm going to go into settings. Let's see, under system, processor. I'll give it 2 threads of my 24 thread CPU. Of course, we're going to bump up the video memory to 128 megs. Let's see. Let's go ahead and add the ISO. I'm pretty sure I downloaded Kubuntu 2 or 3 days ago. I just haven't had a chance to take a look at it. There's Kubuntu. Audio, I'm going to turn off pulse audio because it's going to conflict with the mic with me streaming. I don't need audio in that VM anyway. And then on the user interface stuff, I'm going to turn off, some of the menus and systray and everything in VirtualBox. Nobody needs to see that. I've got that Kubuntu VM ready to go, but you know what? Why install one when I can install 2 at the same time with this Threadripper? Might as well go ahead and create Ubuntu 1910's VM, and I'll just install both at the same time because that's the way we roll here. So let's give that 4 gigs of RAM. Again, I've got plenty of RAM. I could run half a dozen VMs no problem on this machine with the amount of RAM and the CPU I've got. Again, 15 gigs for the drive space, and then Ubuntu 1910 will go into the settings and do the same thing. 2 threads for the processor. Display, we'll give it 128 megabytes. You know what? We should turn on 3D acceleration. I forgot to do that in the other one. I'll use the VBox SVGA driver. That's another thing I forgot in the other one. I need to go back and change that. The driver's kind of important. It's going to give us, some of the nice graphics, and it'll make it full screen and all that. Pick the ISO here. Make sure we can attach that. Audio, once again, I'll use a null audio driver just to make sure there's no conflicting things with pulse audio in the VM and pulse audio on my host machine. There can be some issues, especially while streaming. I'm going to go back to the Kubuntu VM and some of the stuff I missed before. 3D acceleration and the driver. I'm going to do VBox SVGA. Now I've got 2 VMs created. Let's go ahead and start the installation. So I'll launch Kubuntu. And let me put that on a different workspace if I can. You know what? Go ahead and start the installation. Give me just a second. Switch that to full screen. And wait for that to come up. All right. Yeah, Peter Jansen, I miss taking into account. I miss it too. The problem here lately is I used to do it every Thursday. My Thursdays have been a problem here lately. My Thursdays are also going to be a problem this week. What I may do is going forward to keep doing the taking into account series is just not have a set day for it. Just when I have enough news to talk about it, just do it. Trying to keep a weekly schedule just doesn't work for me. My work schedule really prevents me having a set schedule. I've always known this to be the problem. I was trying it for a long time, and I kept it going for a while. I mean, some weeks I would miss, but I don't know. But we're going to get back into the taking into account series very soon. Maybe not this week, obviously, but maybe the next week. And then going forward, what I'll probably do is just record it when I can, instead of, you guys can set your watch to every Thursday. Nah, that's no longer going to work. Anyway, let's install Kubuntu. Let's go ahead and get this installed. I'm just going to do a quick install, normal installation, download updates while installing. I better not, because downloading the updates could cause the stream to buffer, install third-party software, graphics, Wi-Fi, all that. Yeah, why not? We'll do that. We'll do the normal installation and not the minimal installation. Of course, I said I was going to also do the Kubuntu install. Anyway, we'll do the use entire disk, install now, and away that one goes. Well, that's the installation process. Well, let me go ahead and choose time zone and create my username and password. DT. Let's create a strong, complicated password for DT. Yeah, require password to log in. You guys know the routine. All right. So that is that. So I'll switch desktops here. Let's fire up the Ubuntu VM here. Let me change to a full screen layout for this. All right. So the Ubuntu installer looks a little different. Well, let's start Lubuntu. Lubuntu switched to Calamares, I believe, so they should be using a different installer now. And of course, if I want to, I can switch back to the desktop that Kubuntu is installing on. But I can really, I can install both of them at the same time. Shouldn't be an issue. Well, I say it shouldn't be an issue. My computer froze. Alright, so that was interesting. So my computer froze. Either that or maybe I hit the wrong key. But I hit something and everything locked up, and then of course it kicked me out of my window manager. So let me restore everything that I had going on. Guys, give me just a second. Unfortunately, it ruined my my installs of Kubuntu and Xubuntu. It stopped them dead in their tracks. By the way, I'm using Qtile today. I haven't logged into Qtile in a little bit. So I was going to use Xmonad because I've been living in that quite a bit lately. But I decided to do Qtile. And you know me, I never check things out before doing anything. I just go with it. All right. All right, guys. Let me know if the stream is good. Let me know if audio is good, because I'm actually not monitoring the audio. Good? All right. That's what I needed to hear. Big pod. Qtile, boo. Python, boo. Ah, Qtile is awesome. You don't know what you're missing. And Python is the best scripting language there is. There's absolutely nothing wrong with Python. Alright, you know what? Maybe we should install these VMs one at a time. I don't know if that was the problem or what was going on there. Give me just a second. Alright. See if we can get Kubuntu to come back up for us. Alright, I'll try to get back to the chat. That VM, though, doesn't look good. I may have broke the VM earlier when I killed the stream. Now that there's the VM, alright. Yeah, well, once again, we'll just go ahead and start the installation process. And you know what? I'll do one at a time. These things only take a couple of minutes to do anyway. On my machine, 5 minutes flat, I'll have it installed. I was going to do both Kubuntu and Xubuntu at the same time. Just to save a few minutes, I was going to install them both. I might have been pushing it, though. That's a lot for the CPU, even for a Threadripper, to be running 2 installations while live streaming. I'm live streaming using CPU encoding, too. So, alright, we're going to, of course, use the entire disk, so we're going to rewrite the previous failed install. Choose the time zone again. Of course, create our username, DT. We need to create that super strong and complicated password. Continue with that. And I'm also going to avoid hitting the keyboard while I do anything. I might have actually done something with the keyboard to kill Qtile. You know, I've got this mechanical keyboard, and I was trying to hit some of the key combinations in VirtualBox to get in and out of full screen, and you know, some of that may have conflicted with some of the key bindings I have set in Qtile as well. Not exactly sure what killed the window manager. Qtile has always been one of the most stable tiling window managers I've lived in. I never have crashes with Qtile, unless I do something to cause it. Really, the only tiling window managers of the 7 that I've lived in, so I've lived in, you know, DWM, Xmonad, Qtile, Herbstluft, i3, BSPWM, and Awesome. There's only 2 that crashed on me. Like, I can actually say they crashed on their own without me doing something dumb. Awesome. I love the Awesome window manager, but Awesome was kind of flaky sometimes. I could get Awesome to crash sometimes without really doing much to it. i3, oddly enough, I had some issues with i3 as well. But the other 5 were all rock solid. I've never had, you know, a crash in, like I said, Qtile, Xmonad. That month or so I lived in DWM, it was rock solid. BSPWM was great for me too. Yeah, Python is a language. A language cannot be slow. If it's not, we got a super chat from Donnie. Appreciate that, Donnie. Did you have a question or a comment? I see you didn't leave one in the super chat, but if you do have any kind of question or comment, throw it out there. I'll be on the lookout for it. Yeah, King Zero says, okay, so now we've got some issues. I don't know. I really didn't do anything to cause Qtile to crash that time, so I logged into Xmonad. Give me a second. Like I said, I haven't logged into Qtile in a while, so I don't know what's going on with that. Could be some kind of update. Could be some kind of Python update that was causing some problems there. I am not sure. But you know what? I'm just going to go back to Xmonad. Xmonad's been great for me here lately. We're just going to go with it. You said there's a severe audio delay. Was that before or after I crashed? Somebody in the chat was saying there's a severe audio delay. Obviously, we're having some technical issues today. But we will get things straightened out. See if Xmonad's going to work for me today.